555 project, welcome back. I know it's been a while, my bad, I've been a little bit busy. Hopefully we're to a point now where I can at least crank something out every 2 weeks, whether it be a YouTube video, a podcast, or some type of something. But today we're going to cover something that isn't really gun related. It's actually something I got hit up on Instagram about based off some pictures I posted from this last little bit we did in the field, and that is which field/combat pant I prefer. I don't have experience with all of the brands, but two that I do wear pretty frequently are the Crye Field pants and the Patagonia Field pants. So without further ado, we're gonna hop right into this. This is just gonna be a mild comparison. Again, I don't really know shit about anything. I'm just a dude that likes being comfortable in the field. So without further ado, we got the Crye Field pants. These usually MSRP around $170 to $200. Sometimes you'll find the dudes on Instagram that sell them for a little bit cheaper. So if you follow those dudes, keep an eye out. Maybe they'll have your size and you'll get lucky. We're gonna work from the waistline down. So first off, everything on these pants and the Patagonias they're all double stitched. So the belt loops all double stitched. They're reinforced on the backside underneath. Like if you feel this, you can feel that they're reinforced. The spacing of the belt loops is actually pretty good. I do like that they have two belt loops in the back that stops like one side from riding up higher than the other. So I do like that. They also have this little carabiner loop on each side in case you want to rock some chem lights, or maybe if you want to hook your gloves to one side. Yeah, so they knocked it out of the park with that stuff. But one thing that I did notice about these pants, and it's something that I didn't really like that much, is the actual width of the belt loop itself only accommodates certain types of belts. So a regular rigger's belt or just like a regular type belt you can get away with, but if you have a belt that has like a cobra buckle on both sides or any type of larger buckle, you'd have to take one side off, feed the belt through, and then put it back on. It's not really like it's not a make or break for me, but it is a mild inconvenience, to be quite frank. Also, something on these pants that is different on the Patagonias is the fly is a zipper, which this has its perks, but it also, if you think big brain style, is a bit of a disadvantage. If you are trying to get to the porta shitter to drop a fat deuce, the zipper is your friend. If this zipper breaks, however, I personally don't know how to replace a zipper. Whereas like if this were buttons, I could actually sew and fix these. So yeah, it's got its perks. It also has its disadvantages. We'll work our way down to the actual pockets themselves, which these are the standard like left, right, like cell phone or key pockets, I'll call them. Not a big fan of how Crye position these pockets. If you see from the waistline where the belt goes, you generally have maybe 3.5 inches from where the belt ends to where your hand would go in the pocket. So if you're taking a knee or you're sitting down and you're trying to get something out of these pockets, it's just not gonna fucking happen, dude. It's almost impossible. So maybe if they would have dropped that down maybe another 1/2 inch, it would give you some wiggle room, but not a super big fan of that. If you're standing up, the pockets are great. The pockets are super deep. You could fit a magazine in there. You can fit all kinds of stuff in there. Yeah, so I wish they would kind of like unfuck that, but again, not a make or break. Also, you go down a little further, you have a knife pocket here, maybe a pin pocket, a chem light pocket, whatever you want to put in this little bad boy, given there's no retention there. So if you flip upside down, you're going to drop whatever's in your pocket. Then you have the little Gucci, I'll call these Zen pockets, where you can put your Zen or your dip. You have one on each thigh. That's pretty standard. All this stuff is reinforced and it's held down with Velcro. Not super mad at it. We'll work our way to the cargo pockets. This is kind of where Crye takes the cake for me, is with their cargo pockets. So if you look inside this cargo pocket, you'll see that there is an elastic band here, which you can use to either put a magazine in or use it as a tie down. You could tie stuff down to it, or you could put anything in there and just retain it. Your cell phone maybe. Super cool feature, which is something that the Patagonias don't have. But again, it's not going to make or break me wearing either pair. Another difference you'll see between the Crye and Patagonias is these pockets are only held down with Velcro, which not a big deal. The Patagonias just have Velcro and a button. If you go to the back side where your ass is, you'll see that this is double reinforced. This is like two layers, and it's also double stitched all the way around. So that would prevent any crotch blowouts or ass blowouts if you go to take a knee or do any like wazoo shit. Now we'll go down to the knee pads, or where the knee pads would be. Keep in mind when you buy these pants, the little foam inserts are not included. I think there's a certain name for these inserts here. It's like FKP or some shit. I don't really know. I don't remember because I don't really use knee pads, so not really a big thing for me either. Little Velcro insert. Big thing I think that Crye missed with this is they don't have the knee adjustments to keep this insert in place once you put it in there. So if you put it in there and the insert goes down to your ankle, you can't really adjust it, so you're kind of fucked. We'll go down. Crye pants have the left and right calf pocket. Pretty standard stuff, also held down with Velcro. And then you work your way all the way down. Then you have the standard like 2-strap blousing system. All in all, these Crye pants are way better than any kind of like issued combat pant that you would get. Anyone that's ever used a issued pair of combat pants knows that those things are pretty much a fucking burlap sack. And after 3 days of being in the field, your ass is chafed and you know that you're wearing a burlap sack. So I would give those probably like an 8.7 out of 10. I know the combat pants from Crye are a little bit better and they have different features, but for the price point, I don't think you can go wrong with getting the Crye Field pants. Now, let's go into the Patagucci's. Again, there's not many differences, especially MSRP wise. These run generally $170 to probably about $200. You can also find these all over the gear pages as well too. So definitely affordable, and I think if you could blend the two of these, it would be great. But once I go into these, you'll see why I think the Patagonias are a little bit better than the Cryes. All right, so first off, we're going to go from the waist down. The top piece of the waistband for the Patagonias is only held with this Velcro flap, and as you can see, like this Velcro on mine is leaves a little bit to be desired. So I wish they just had a little button to hold this up by itself without just having the Velcro. Again, not a deal breaker. If you look here, the Patagonias do have the button system that's like sewn down, double stitched in with the nylon strap. Super easy to replace if you have a blowout or if one of them pops off. Super easy to fix instead of a zipper. So they crushed it with that. Also, if you look here, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the waistband for the Patagonias is reinforced with this triangle pattern, which what that basically allows is if you are wearing a combat or a battle belt or whatever you want to call it, this reinforcement will help keep that belt from like making your pants sag, and it makes the belt more rigid if you don't have the little Velcro inner belt. Super good on them. They really they thought about the end user, and like they know what kind of shit most of us use, so they thought about it. Good on them. Also, these have a way wider belt loop, so you can use pretty much whatever type of belt that you want. And if you go around to the back, you can see that this is like the general regular multi-cam fabric, and then here you have a stretch fabric, which kind of also helps like when you're wearing the belt. It'll let the pants sag a little bit, but leaves the waist in place. They also hit the mark with the pockets. If you take a knee, you could definitely get your hand inside of these bad boys. So far from the waist up, Patagonia's taking the cake for me. You have the Zen pouch, nothing crazy there, pretty much the same exact thing as the Cryes. And then you get to the cargo pocket. This is where there's a little bit of variation. You have the 2 buttons here with the Velcro, but on the inside of the Patagonia pants you don't have that elastic strap to hold down a magazine if you have to, or whatever you want to use it for. Again, not really a make or break kind of deal. I think the elastic strap, really, people probably use it for their phones, if I'm being dead ass serious. One thing that you will notice on the back here, the ass of the Patagonias doesn't have that reinforced double stitched cloth here, so I haven't had any issues with any blowouts. This is probably my 3rd pair of these, and I've never had any issues, so I think should be good. We'll work our way down. The knee inserts aren't provided with these either, but the material in which holds the knee insert down is that stretchy material that you have on the back side of the pant. Don't really know why they went with this, because it does seem to be a little lighter and probably like it could tear a little easier. Don't really know why they went with that, but whatever. They probably had somebody smarter than me make them. Something that Patagonia did hit the mark with these field pants is they do have the knee adjustment. So if you put the insert in, you'll be able to adjust the placement and keep the knee insert on your knee instead of where the fuck it lies with the Crye pants. So that takes the cake for me. That's super huge. It also helps like just with positioning the pants, because sometimes if you take a knee even without an insert and the knee position is lower than your knee, it'll put unwanted pressure on the crotch. Not really something you want. Then you have the right and left calf pocket, pretty standard, same as the Cryes. And then at the blouse, big thing that I actually like about these pants, and I think it's just because it's like ease of access, is the blouse is just another piece of Velcro. You don't have any straps or anything, just a little piece of Velcro. I think all in all, for me, the Patagonias kind of take the cake, and that's solely because they're a little thinner, and I really just like that I can wear any belt that I want with it. And it also has the stretchy fabric on like above the butt area, which just makes life a little bit more comfortable and gives you a little bit more flexibility, which for me, comfortability and flexibility is key. So for me, the Patagonia pants probably take the cake, but either option is good. And again, they both run generally 170 to 200 bucks. Nothing too crazy out of the price range. I know that some of the combat pants from Crye are like 400 or 500 bucks, because you weirdos get on there and buy a pair and then you'll resell them on eBay for God fucking knows how much. But these are a good option, especially if you're just like wanting to chill and vibe out in the field and not die and not wear a burlap sack. I'll post some specs and stuff on the blog, so hit that up. If you like the video, you like these comparison videos, drop a thumbs up. Let me know what other stuff you want to see me review or make a video on. 555.com, check out the blog. I appreciate all the love, and thanks for all the patience. Peace.